Hello! Welcome to another video, one that I am very nervous to film because this can only go one way and that's terrible. There is no way that this video ends well for me. So, as you can tell from the title, it's time for September's TBR, and in September there are Readathons going on that I am participating in. So not only do I have TBR Pursuit to play, but Becca's Bookoplathon is also happening in September, so I have Bookopoly to play. And then the Touch of Whimsy Readathon Adventures Through Wonderland is also happening, so I've got books for that to fit into those games. And Aaron from Booked and Busy is doing a Royal Readathon in September, which I would really like to squeeze a book or two in for as well. Is all of that really gonna happen and squish nicely together? The answer is bound to be no. So this can only go terribly. But with it going terribly pushed aside, I am looking forward to all of these readathons. So many things going on. It's an exciting month. I just know that it's going to be really busy for me. On the plus side, I don't have any punishment rolls for September because I managed to crush my August TBR. I forgot what month we were in for a minute there. So no punishment rolls, but tons of readathons to squeeze into the games that I have to play. So if you're new here and you're wondering what TBR Pursuit is, it is my monthly TBR board game. Here is the board. It's based off Trivial Pursuit. Each colour correlates to a genre, and then there are question cards based on the genres. And then of course, in addition to that, we have Mini Bookopoly here joining us as well. The board really is adorable, and I've got my little cards, my chance cards and my community shelf cards prepped and ready to go for this as well. So 2 board games to play. The way I'm going to make this work is that I'm going to play TBR Pursuit as usual first and try and get my Whimsy prompt into that, and then play Bookopoly afterwards and squeeze those rolls into hopefully those rolls. So to start off with, we're going to play as usual and then we will play Bookopoly. Away from all of the rambling and me panicking about how the hell I'm going to make this work, I think we should probably just get on with roll number 1. So here is TBR Pursuit roll number 1. Right, time for the first set of doomed rolls. Let's kick this off with roll number 1 for TBR Pursuit. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I need middle grades. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fingers crossed. Middle grade. What sequel do you need to read? That does not work well. Damn it. But we have a green pie in there to kick us off. What sequel do I need to read? So obviously with the Whimsy Readathon happening, I want to get as many middle grades in, so I kicked it off with a middle grade. However, it would have been nice to get some book club middle grades in there, but what sequel do you need to read is not gonna get a book club pick in there. So already not off to a fantastic start, but middle grades will fit into Whimsy prompts, obviously, so it will be good for that readathon in some respect. And the book that I have gone for this prompt is Return to Raw by Jenny McLaughlin. I never know how to pronounce that name. McLaughlin? McLaughlin? This is the sequel to The Land of Raw, which I read a little while ago. Really liked it. It's really whimsical, set in another world, has dragons, and these 2 kids with an insane imagination. In the first one, they travel back to the Land of Raw, which they thought was a game that they played when they were little, and they would travel under the bed to the make-believe Land of Raw. When they're a little bit older and they're cleaning out the attic and discover this bed again, they play for old time's sake and realise that it's potentially not as make-believe as they thought, and there is danger looming and lands to explore. And yeah, this is the sequel, and I'm assuming from the title that they return to Raw. Also, for the A Touch of Whimsy Adventures Through Wonderland Readathon, I will be using this for the Down the Rabbit Hole prompt, which is to read a book set in another world. Doomed roll number 2! 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have another chance. 5. Middle grades. Come on. Can you find a book that matches your outfit? Interesting. I'm wearing white. Fascinating. And of course, a green pie in there. Right, so TBR pursuit roll number 2, another middle grade, give middle grade another go, but again, hasn't quite worked out in my favour. Can you find a book that matches your outfit? I'm wearing white. Do I have any white middle grades? No. The answer to that is no. So what I've done is I've gone for the whitest middle grade. I have the one with the most white on the cover, but admittedly it's not a mostly white cover, but that is Green Glass House by Kate Milford. This has a lot of green on it, but is the most white I can find on any middle grade books that I have, so white middle grade. I should really plan ahead and wear outfits that correlate to books I want to read in case this prompt comes up again. But I didn't think about that, I just threw on a shirt. Not a book club pick, unfortunately, but will work out very well for a touch of whimsy for the Cheshire Cat, which is to read a mysterious book, and this is mysterious. This is a bit of a mansion mystery middle grade. Set in the Green Glass House, and I believe our main character lives there. Milo, yeah, Milo lives in the Green Glass House, and it's supposed to be kind of the quiet time of year, but lots of mysterious guests are showing up to the Green Glass House and something mysterious is going on, so definitely will fit that mysterious prompt. I've heard many good things about this. Everyone who I know has read it, has really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a shame that I haven't been able to fit either book club pick into already 2 middle grade rolls, but I'm looking forward to it. It works out for the Whimsy Readathon, so 2 down for that at least. Doomed roll number 3. 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, a blank. That would be really useful. 1, 2, 3. So blank is genreless. What book has a beautiful cover? Nice and vague. That's how we like them. A blue pie in there. Lovely. Roll number 3 got us a blue blank, which gives us a lot of choice. And the prompt here is, what book has a beautiful cover? Nice and vague, so I can squeeze it in with other things, which will come to light later. But the book that I have chosen for this is A Phoenix First Must Burn, edited by Patrice Caldwell, but this is a collection of short stories. Short stories aren't normally my thing, but these are fantasy sci-fi short stories, which I really think I will enjoy, and I believe it's a collection of stories by Black authors as well. Blurbed on the back as Black Girl Magic indeed. 16 tales that explore the Black experience through fantasy, science fiction and magic coming together in one spellbinding narrative of bravery, beauty and hope. So I think it's going to be a really beautiful book to read, and it's beautiful on the cover as well, and it's another one that I've seen lots of people pick up and really enjoy, and I would like to enjoy it as well. Although short stories aren't normally my thing, the sci-fi fantasy collection of short stories, like I know they're all going to be magical, excites me because a lot of short story collections I've read haven't had that so much. I'm looking forward to reading this, and it is a beautiful cover indeed. Doomed roll number 4. Come on. 2. Ooh, orange or green middle grade? Ooh, come on, Pris. Please be something good for her. Please be something good for Pris. Something hyped. Ooh, I think she could do well with that. Something hyped for me. And an orange pie in there. Roll number 4 got us an orange, and I haven't mentioned it yet, but Pris was on reserve as my orange person this time around. The prompt that she gets is, can you name something hyped? Now, because I was mushing all of this together, if you're not aware, the way I roll these is that I roll them all in advance and then try and work it out. And because I had Bookopoly rolls and TBR Pursuit rolls and Readathons to all smush together, I really didn't want to do a live picking of this because it could really mess me up. To be honest, she kind of messed me up anyway. But I just texted her or DM'd her on Twitter and said, this is your prompt, what do you pick? And I will pop on the screen here what she picked for me. And I do love her for this. You can see what it is already. It's Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty, which is the 3rd and final book in the David Bad trilogy. I desperately wanted to read this in September, but like, it's a chunker and I have readathons galore. but I am really, really excited to read this one. City of Brass and Kingdom of Copper have become two of my favourites. The David Bad trilogy has become one of my favourite trilogies. I have loved what I've read of it so far. It follows a young woman called Nari. When she was living in Cairo, she was kind of practising as a bit of a doctor. She has an affinity for feeling people's ailments and healing them. However, she's also a bit of a con woman and would con people into thinking they were sicker than they were in order to send them to her friend at the apothecary to con them out of money when they buy medication they don't need. And when she's performing one of her cons, she accidentally summons a Jinn warrior who tells Nari that she's not what she thinks she is and she needs to travel to the City of Brass with him, where she will discover her family history, who and what she really is, and get wrapped up in a big old political plot there. I've loved it. I'm very attached to these characters now. I really like Ali and Nari, and I think this book's probably gonna rip my heart out. So thanks for that, Pris. I'm excited. It does mean that Kingdom of Copper and Empire of Gold have both been like orange picks on TBR Pursuit. People know that I want to read this series. So I'm really looking forward to this, but I'm also very nervous. So yay, thanks, Pris. Doomed roll number 5. Pie! I don't have any punishment, so that's okay. Let's try again. Doomed roll number 5. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Adult fantasy or roll again? The roll again is calling me. I don't know why. Let's roll again. 2. Middle grade or adult fantasy? You know what? It's destiny, isn't it? Adult fantasy. Come on. What have you got for me? What series do you need to finish? So purple in there, a series I need to finish is not ideal, really. Damn it. Roll number 5, we get an adult fantasy, a purple, and the prompt is, what series do you need to finish? Now I'm kind of twisting my own rules here because it is a series I need to finish, but it's also kind of the start of a new series. So the book in question here is Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. This is the first book in the Live Ship Traders. However, it is the 4th book in the Realm of the Elderling series. So it's a different trilogy, but part of a bigger, expansive series. So I'm gonna say this counts, and it's my game, therefore my rules, so it counts. No one can argue with this. I don't know why I feel like I have to justify myself. It's literally my game. So yeah, Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. I am, of course, participating in the Elderling along. We finished the Farseer trilogy, and the next book to tackle is the Ship of Magic because we're doing the Live Ship Traders. I don't know anything about this other than I think the ships come to life after like generations of people have killed on their ships or died on their deck or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like generations of a family have to have died on a ship in order for it to come to life and become a live ship. And this one's a Ship of Magic. I don't know a lot about it, but it's a chunker. It's massive. Will I finish it within the month, or will I end up carrying this over like I do with most of the Robin Hobb books? Who knows? But I'm gonna give it a good shot. So, adult fantasy in a series that I need to finish. Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. And the last doomed roll of TBR Pursuit, before we move on to Bookopoly. 1. Middle grade or YA? Heck, let's give middle grade another opportunity. Please be a book club pick. Wildcard! Oh my god. Praise everything. Yes. Yes! So, a green in there for another middle grade, but wildcard. So wildcard is, forget the rules, forget everything, doesn't have to be genre specific, can be anything. This is what we needed this month. And then finally, last roll for TBR Pursuit, another middle grade, but we got a wild card. However, I do need middle grades into this, so wild cards mean I can abandon the rules, forget everything, pick what you want. But one book that I desperately do need to read in September is The Train to Impossible Places by PG Bell. This is the group book for the Touch of Whimsy Readathon, so I need to read this. And I think I'm going to double up on prompts for this because this is our bonus prompt because it's the group book. I think I'm also going to read this for, let me check the map, Cozy Night In and A Book You Think You'll Love, which is doubling up the White Rabbit and the Queen of Hearts Palace, because you can double up for the readathon. So I'm gonna double up on that one. So just to squidge that one in there, which means most of the Wonderland map is complete other than the aesthetically pleasing, but we'll get to that. So yeah, I'm gonna read The Train to Impossible Places. This is about a young girl in the middle of the night, a train runs through her house. It's an impossible train, it shouldn't exist. She boards this train and it goes to impossible places that it shouldn't be able to go to. Like outer space and the bottom of the sea and some troll kingdom, I'm pretty sure. And she joins the postal service on this train. It sounds wild, it sounds wacky, it sounds adventurous. I'm looking forward to it. So very glad to be able to get this into TBR Pursuit at least. Which means that this stack is my TBR Pursuit TBR. And if this was a normal month, even then I would be saying, cool, there's a couple of chunkers on there, I'm a little nervous. But we haven't even got to Bookopoly yet. So on the topic of Bookopoly, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to take you through all of my Bookopoly rolls and through however I managed to double these up. Okay, cue Bookopoly roll 1. Alright, here we have it. We have my tiny Bookopoly board, I have my chance cards, I have my community shove cards, I have my dice, I have my little counter. I've gone for an orange TBR Pursuit piece because orange in TBR Pursuit means other, and this is an other way of picking my TBR, so I've gone for that. I have horribly chipped nails, I hadn't realised that. Ignore them because gross. This is probably cursed. So let's kick it off with roll number 1. I will be doing 6 rolls to match TBR Pursuit. Let's give this a good go. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dark cover. Okay. So roll number 1, I landed on a dark cover, and a book that I haven't managed to get into TBR Pursuit but that I do need to read in September is Popkin and Stubbs by Sophie Green. This will be a reread for me, but it is our middle grade monthly book of the month for September. Sophie Green will be joining us for our live show at the end of September, beginning of October, and I'm really excited about that. This series is one of my absolute favourites, and it will be the first time rereading it for me, so that's a little bit exciting. But this story follows a young girl called Lil Popkin who is desperate to be the next big reporter, and she's on the hunt for her next big scoop. Little does she know that it is sitting opposite her at the all-night bus station. This story is jam-packed with conspiracy and a corrupt town and ghosts and all things supernatural. It's fantastic and has a dark cover, so fits for Bookopoly roll number 1. Alright, let's go for roll number 2. Double! 10, and it's a double. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Middle grade. I like that, but it's a double. Roll number 2. We got a double. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about the fact that there's a double already. But I landed on middle grade, which is great because I've already got middle grades in my TBR Pursuit TBR, so I'm gonna double up on Return to Raw by Jenny McLaughlin. I've already spoken to you about this, but it's a middle grade, so I'm gonna pop this in for Bookopoly roll number 2. Okay, roll number 3. Let's do this. Oh, I lost it. It's a 2. I promise it's a 2. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First in a series. Roll number 3, we landed on the first in a series, and this works out well for me as well because The Train to Impossible Places is actually the first in a series. The sequel is The Great Brain Robbery, so there we go. Again, I've already spoken to you about this, we won't dwell on it, but it's the first in a series, so works out pretty well. Alright, roll number 4. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Read a sad book. Oh no. Roll number 4, we have a sad book, and one that I just know is gonna absolutely break my heart is, of course, The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty, because it's the last book in the trilogy and it's gonna absolutely destroy me. So we're gonna pop this one in for a sad book. Alright, roll number 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set in the future. And roll number 5, set in the future. Now, this is why I popped this one in there. A Phoenix First Must Burn by, edited by Patrice Caldwell collection of short stories, because it's sci-fi, and kind of by default, most sci-fis are set in the future. There are some fantasy stories in here, but there are definitely sci-fis as well, which will be set in the future, so this will be my set in the future pick. Just conveniently also has a beautiful cover, so worked for both of those roles. Exciting stuff. And roll number 6. 2! Another double! Yay! 1, 2. But it is a chance card. This could go really well or really terribly. Let's have a look. Please be something good. Oh no! Oh god. It's Frost Like Night by Sarah Rush. I didn't want that. That's a bad book. Frick. Ha! Ha ha ha! Roll number 6. Another double. Marvellous. But besides that, chance card. And that chance card is Frost Like Night by Sarah Rush. Which, I mean, this roll really couldn't have gone any worse. Like, a book that wasn't on the rest of my TBR, a book that I'm not excited to read, have no feelings about, but you know, that's the point of the chance cards. So here we go. Frost Like Night by Sarah Rush gets added to the TBR. Unfortunately, this is the 3rd and final book in the Snow Like Ashes trilogy. On the plus side, it's one of the series that I think I said I wanted to finish out in 2020, because it's a series that I've been in the middle of for years. Like, years I have not picked this book up for. So at least I'll get the series over and done with and can then decide what I do with it. But yeah, it just wasn't one I was looking forward to reading this month, unfortunately. So thanks, chance card. You did so well for me. And it was a double. Ugh. Right, so this is now roll number 7. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Translated. Interesting. So 7th roll, despite the fact that I wanted to do 6, is translated. For this, I really was thinking of doing A Winter's Promise by Christelle Debose, but it's really big. That was originally written in French and it's been translated, but it's really big and I cannot deal with another big book on my TBR. And then I remembered that I have Your Name, Volume 1. This is actually a book that my friend lent me a long time ago and I've never got round to reading. It doesn't necessarily seem like it might be my thing, I'm not sure, but it was originally written in Japanese and has been translated into English. Also, it's a manga, so will be fairly quickly to get through, so works out okay for that. Good job I still had this from my friend, because a short translated book is exactly what I need. Fingers crossed, finally, roll number 8. Please don't be another double. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ebook or audiobook? I can work with that. And then thankfully, roll number 8 is our last roll, and it landed on ebook or audiobook. And how I'm going to do this is actually I'm going to listen to the audiobook of Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. It's how I've done Royal Assassin and Assassin's Quest. I listened to the audiobook and read along, but mostly listened to it and just actually read when it felt important. And that's probably what I will do with this as well. Most of Robin Hobb's books are on Scribd, so I will grab the audiobook there and read along. So that worked out pretty well. Other than having Frost Like Night and Your Name on there. Yeah. So there we go. That is all of the books that I managed to fit into TBR Pursuit and Becca's Bookopoly and the Touch of Whimsy Readathon. The only one that I am missing, you may have noticed, is anything for Aaron's Royal Readathon. Now, I'm pretty sure Empire of Gold will fit for a prompt of that, because I think one of the prompts is like a royal word in the title, which Empire, I think, would count. But her group book is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne Brown. The fact that I actually remembered this author's name is impressive. I'm pretty sure Aaron said that this fits all of the prompts except the royal word in the title, which Empire of Gold would fit. So if somehow I can manage another book, I will try and squeeze this one in. But as it hasn't come up on TBR Pursuit, then obviously it's not an essential for me for, like, punishment's sake. But if I can, I would really like to get to this one as well. This one is about a guy whose sister, I'm pretty sure, is like kidnapped by demons, and then there's a princess that wants to resurrect her dead mother, and it all takes place around this festival, and it sounds absolutely wild. That's a very condensed synopsis, but magic, death, betrayal, dark, demons, stuff. Yeah, sounds good. There we have it. That is my enormous TBR. It was a task to work this out. It really was. But hopefully it's worked. Hopefully it's come out okay with the way that I've like filmed it and edited it together, because I really wasn't sure how to do that. But hopefully it's all been okay and you've enjoyed watching. Just to stack up the books for a laugh. Ugh. Yeah, for a laugh, this is my September TBR. Yeah, hopefully within this whole stack, if I can get to A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, then I will have something for every readathon that I wanted to participate in. Yay! Right, I'm gonna put this down because it's really heavy. I'm gonna stop rambling now because this video has probably been way too long, but thanks for watching. If you've made it to the end of this, drop like a dice emoji or something, because so many friggin' games. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, give us a thumbs up. Wish me luck, because I am sure gonna need it. And if you are participating in masses of readathons as well, good luck to you too. Have a great month. As I say, good luck with TBRs of your own. Hopefully they're a little bit more manageable than mine. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.